It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. It is a fantastic Friday and we are so glad that you have chosen to join us. I'm your host, Gabrielle Gardner.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tamika Cartwright, and happy Friday to all of you out there. I feel like so much has happened this week, right?
Oh yeah.
What a week it's been. A week for the books, I think.
Definitely very exciting things happening in the news, you
Yeah.
know, lots to look forward to, and we have a lot of fun things coming up this weekend as well.
Yes, lots of fun things. What are you going to be doing this weekend? Any plans?
I find myself really excited to go to the farmer's market.
Oh,
Once
nice.
again, if you watch the show, you know I always used to talk about it, but I have been very busy, but that's one of my things. That's what I really love to do.
There you go. Fun times, fun times.
How about you?
Yeah, you know, no plans as yet. I've been busy organizing some things for our church, so I'm just working on that. But yeah, lots of fun things coming up there too. Yeah.
And I guess on a not so fun note, but we do want to say that we are thinking of Mark, who
Yes.
would have buried his father yesterday. So if you know him or his whole family, you definitely want to reach out and send them some encouragement and love. And I'm sure this is a difficult time, but obviously it was a very beautiful service.
It was a beautiful
for
service,
a very
yeah.
beautiful life. So
Yeah, absolutely.
we love you, Mark.
Yeah.
All right. On another note,
On another note.
the TCL Group would like to thank the speakers, sponsors, and attendees of the 19th Exuma Business Outlook. We also remind you to save the dates for the remaining two outlooks, which are Cat Island on October 30th and Long Island on November 20th. For more information, visit tclevents.com or call 322-1000. As we mentioned, we have an exciting show in store for you today. We're going to be talking about Menopause Awareness Month with Patrice Lockhart. We'll also hear about the upcoming event, the People's Performance.
That's right. And we're also going to be talking with the Bahamas Society of Ophthalmic Nurses, and the Bahamas Triathlon Association is also here to discuss their upcoming events. But before all that, let's take a look at weather with Mr. Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Thank you, Tammy, and good morning, Bahamas. Your first look at weather sunrise. We have a weak frontal boundary moving through the northwest Bahamas. It's past Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini. Should pass through Providence late morning, early afternoon, into the central Bahamas by tonight and southeastern Bahamas by tomorrow. Ahead of that front, we have some cloudy with some spotty showers moving through the islands. So early morning showers here in New Providence, and that's start clearing out by mid-morning. So for the most part, some morning cloudiness, but becoming partly sunny, breezy, and warm by late morning over the northwest Bahamas. Available cloudiness with 20% chance of showers over the central southeastern island along that frontal boundary. High temperature reaching 85. Tonight, a few patchy cloud on the mild side of the northwest Bahamas. Available cloudiness, 20% chance of showers and isolated thunderstorms over the central and southeastern islands along that frontal boundary. Low going down to 74 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean. Barbados 91 and 80. In Jamaica 90 and 79. In Trinidad 92 and 76. And the Turks and Caicos Islands 86 and 77. Across North America, Atlanta 79 and 56. In Boston 61 and 41. In Miami 85 and 74. Dallas, Texas 88 and 71. And Toronto, Canada 58 and 54. As you go to the weekend, frontal pass through today into tomorrow, high pressure bills, some breezy conditions into Sunday, slight chance of 1 or 2 spotty showers, but for the most part, we have some dry, but a little cooler temperatures nighttime. Temperature daytime will be in the mid-80s, at nighttime in the low to mid-70s. That puts you up in your first look at the weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Gabrielle.
Thanks, Godfrey. October is Menopause Awareness Month, a time to shed on a natural stage, the stage of life, rather, that goes often unspoken. Joining us today is menopause health and wellness coach Patrice Lockhart, who's joined by Brene Minus. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thanks for having us here.
So why is it so important to recognize Menopause Awareness Month?
It is important because every woman that comes into this world, if she is blessed enough to hit the age 40 and beyond, she will go through this process called menopause. And unfortunately, in our country, 99% of the women enter this menopausal transition clueless and unprepared to deal with the symptoms and changes their bodies will go through.
That is such an incredible conversation, because typically when you have an awareness month, you're talking about a disease. But in this case, menopause is a natural phase of life.
Transition,
This
right.
is not necessarily an illness
No.
per se. I mean, it comes with certain symptoms
Symptoms.
that you won't enjoy. But I guess just phrasing it that way and speaking to that awareness, why is it that people are ill prepared or ill advised?
They are ill prepared. You know what? The woman today is dealing with a legacy of what was passed on to us. In ancient times, and I wrote a book talking about this, in ancient times, older women during this stage of life were honored and respected. When we got into the 15th century with Hippocrates, who's the father of medicine, when women got into that phase of life, the doctors then had said something was wrong with a woman's ovaries. Then when we got into a few centuries, like the 16th and 17th century, it was said that menopause at this stage, and initially the word wasn't menopause until I think about 18-something. It was said it made women go crazy. So women were put in mental asylums. Later on, it was looked at as though women, once they couldn't reproduce anymore, they were not effective for society. And so when we look at the history of menopause, straight until 2002, which I talk about in my book, we see that the woman today, living this legacy of embarrassment, not even understanding or not even knowing, is because it's been a topic that for women, a place of shame, something that had to be hidden. And so today's woman, we are living that legacy. And in fact, in 2025, or this generation of women, this is the first generation of women in history that are talking openly, finally, about menopause.
Which is such an important conversation. And speaking of, I'll put this to you, Coach Minus, how can women better prepare for menopause?
Well, first of all, I'm a health and nutrition coach, and one of my and also a functional fitness coach. And one of my specialties that we do is helping women in menopause. Now, what we do is we help women transition into this change. Okay, so as you're going through all of those symptoms and crazy emotions that a lot of women feel as though they're going through, what we do is we bring them into education, letting them know exactly what your body's going through, letting them know how the imbalance of your hormones are and how we can work together to fix it. So fixing or bridging the gap to the symptoms and into a thriving lifestyle, that is how we help women in menopause. So between nutrition and exercise, those are the tools that we use to help women bridge the gap in between thriving in menopause than living in symptoms.
And speaking of thriving in menopause, let's talk about the Harmony in Change workshop.
Yes. One of the things that we do every year during Menopause Awareness Month is we do a number of things to educate women. We have a workshop coming up on October 25th at the Diplomat Center from 9 to 2. And that is designed to bring women together, because what we find is that like I said, women really are not prepared for this stage of life. And so women deal with a lot of, even with society not understanding, making fun of them. So women kind of go under the radar. And so they deal with these things in secret. And when we host the seminar, we bring these women together, and women are often so encouraged when they find, oh, you're dealing with this as well. I thought it was only me. So we bring women together and we educate them. We give them the skills, the tools, and the knowledge that they need to maneuver through the menopausal transition. And one of the things that I teach women is that you have more control over those symptoms than you think. But it's a matter of knowledge. I work with women here in the Bahamas, in the Caribbean, and in the US, and I help them, their hormones, to normalize. And women are often so surprised that this can happen. And I tell women, you really don't have to suffer through menopause. We suffer more from lack of knowledge.
That's such an important conversation. Speaking of the conversation, you did mention, or you mentioned, of course, that we have this Harmony and Change workshop taking place, but you also wrote a book.
Pardon? Yes. Yes, I wrote a book called Menopause as Metamorphosis, What the Butterfly Knew. And this book, the reason I wrote this book, I didn't want to just deal with menopause as far as the hormones are concerned, because menopause is so much bigger. And this book is a window of truth. It's a window of truth that has been forgotten about menopause. Because yes, we go through the symptoms, but women also deal with the mental and emotional and spiritual aspect of menopause. Many women go through periods of a lot of emotions and trying to figure out, why am I crying? Why am I feeling this way? And I talk about this in my book. Women by this time have gone through so much in their lives. At this time, they've experienced so much trauma, so much pain, unmet goals, unmet fulfillment, and especially in our culture, we stuff down a lot of stuff in our souls and we do not process it. So we have a lot of women, and I'm dealing with a number of them right now, who are saying to me, I'm crying for no reason. I'm so emotional. And what I work with them is to kind of, let's deal with what's in here. Let's look at it for what it is. Let's look at its root and let's get rid of it. And a lot of women come to that point in their lives. Then we have a lot of women also, they question a lot of things at this point. Who am I? Is this all to me? That I'm just a wife or a mother? Is that all I am? Because women find themselves, they have the empty nest. They find themselves even caring for aging parents that are sick, a husband that's died. It's such an interesting point in a woman's life. And so many women, even on the jobs question, I don't want to be here. I've always wanted to do this in my life. So it's a time, a spiritual time. It's a time for a lot of the soul, and it's a time for the body. And I talk about this in my book, Menopause as Metamorphosis, What the Butterfly Knew, and it's available on Amazon.
That is really powerful. Like I said, this is an incredible resource, the book itself, and this event that we have to look forward to. Coach Minus, tell us a little bit about why somebody should come out to the event.
Oh, man. Can I tell you my personal experience? Sure. Listen here. The event is awesome. There was a time when you couldn't tell me, but I have no menopause. You know, I wasn't believing it. I wasn't having it. I didn't know the symptoms, but the only thing I know, like what Patrice was talking about, was what we were taught. You know, coming out. Oh, and I took on that stigma. Oh, I'm not getting old. I'm not going through no menopause. I'm not having no hot flashes. But my symptoms was different. I was having insomnia. I was having anxiety, palpitation. I was having an emotional roller coaster. Okay, my tolerance level was out the door. So when I first went to Harmony and Change, and I learned that, okay, this year is just a little bit off balance. Okay, this is what caused this. Okay, it's not just the word estrogen, but it's the whole science of the whole menopause word. It's a science. It's a whole organization going on inside of our body, and that if we're not taking control over that, that's taking control over us. Yes. So going to Harmony and Change opened my eyes. And I said, open my eyes. When I stepped out of there, I had more courage, I had more knowledge, and I had more tools in my box to fight this thing. And now I can say I'm more happier, I'm more free, I am more confident, and I am here to tell the world, listen here, menopause is not the end. It's just the beginning of a new transitioning in life. So you're becoming a new you. So my question is to all of the ladies out there, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to be new in a frustrated way and not knowing what tomorrow holds? Or are you going to become the new you in an exciting, strong, vital way, knowing that, look here, I am in control. You know.
That is such an excellent perspective. And it's beautiful that you've actually been to the seminar and now you are teaching, now you are helping. So that's how you know the product is very good when you become a representative, if you will. Just remind us when and where.
The Harmony and Change happens on October 25th, the Saturday, October 25th, at the Diplomat Center from 9 to 2. And again, we are encouraging women. Our Bahamian women are so many times wrong and strong about menopause. And so we're asking you to invest in yourself, because as though this generation of women, we're learning about menopause, we need to pass it on to the next generation of women. But we need to pass on accurate information. We need to pass on information that's not filled with taboo and myth. So we're inviting everybody to come October 25th at the Diplomat Center, and you can register if you wish. Well, no, we're asking everybody to register, and anybody can call at 439-3242. That number again, 439-3242 for registration.
Well, I just want to say congratulations to you.
Thank you.
I know this is an incredible resource, and I hope lots of ladies take advantage of it. And kudos to you on the incredible work that you're doing and coming to tell us all about it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
When hurricanes and emergencies strike, timely information can save lives. That's why Alive Business brings you bulk SMS messaging, your essential tool for staying informed and safe. Imagine having critical updates and safety tips delivered right to your phone, anytime and anywhere. With bulk SMS messaging, you can send real-time alerts and updates and timely notifications. When every second counts, count on Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. For more information, contact the experts.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, a local international bank that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together, or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
One thing, two things, blue thing, all things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Welcome back. Today we're focusing on protecting one of our most precious senses, our sight. And this morning we are joined by the nurses from the Bahamas Society of Ophthalmic Nurses. We've got Rochelle Simonet, President, Atalia Gordon, Trustee, and Tamara Donaldson, Member. Good morning, ladies, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
All right, so it's all about the eyes today, right?
Right.
All about the eyes. All right, Ms. Simonet, let's start with you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Society of Ophthalmic Nurses? What do you all do down there?
Okay, Bahamas Society of Ophthalmic Nurses is a non-profit organization. We started in 2019. We were officially founded in 2019. First president actually is Miss Tamara Donaldson, followed by our outgoing president, Miss Italia Gordon, and then myself, the present president.
Okay.
What we do is we educate the public as well as healthcare workers, especially healthcare workers, on the importance of eye health, eye screening, the importance of blindness prevention, and we also do outreaches with other nonprofit organizations such as the Rotary Club of Nassau and Bahamas Alliance for the Blind and Visually Impaired. We help children who do not have the means to get them prescription glasses.
Okay, all right, that's awesome. And then we have World Sight Day, right? When is that? Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, World Sight Day is a global event that is celebrated every second Thursday annually. What happens in World Sight Day, they focus and emphasize blindness prevention and eye health methods. Okay. So that is basically World Sight Day.
Okay, and when is that happening? When is that?
It was the 9th of October this year.
Okay,
yes.
All right, awesome. So over to you, Ms. Gordon. So what are some of the ways that we can care for our eyes?
Morning again. Okay, first and foremost, we'd like to just make the public aware that having an annual eye exam for normal vision at least every 2 years, and for persons with conditions such as hypertension, diabetes, once a year. And if you're diagnosed with glaucoma, definitely quarterly. And so we also advise that persons, maybe like yourself before the computer, we also advise that you would take what we call the 20-20-20 rule in hand. It helps with eye fatigue. So what it does is every 20 minutes, you take 20 seconds just to look away at a 20 feet distance at anything else other than that screen.
Really?
So
I love that. Okay.
Yes. So just how you relax your legs, because if you were to cross your legs and use that same time that you use on your computer, you will feel that numb sensation. So the muscles in the eyes, they get tired as well. Okay. So you take that rule and it would help you with eye fatigue and eye strain. Also, we like to reach out to the blue-collar job persons. they are the most at-risk persons. They do the welding, they do the drilling, BPL, all those persons down there in the trenches, they don't like to wear their eye goggles. So those safety goggles are also implemented, especially for safety with regards to using the weed whackers, those little pellets. They can affect your eyes and even cause damage where you can lose your eye. So we also advise the public, please, if you see persons on the street without those goggles, try to just honk you on and tell them, wear your safety goggles.
Yeah.
And so it can save life, even with persons that do sports. Certain sports, like, with the jockeys on the horses, they would be persons you would want to have goggles worn. Even persons playing rugby, you have to wear your protective goggles because it can go a long way.
Right.
We also advise persons with non-communicable diseases, know your numbers, know your status, because high blood pressure, diabetes, and elevation in those type of diseases can also cause eye diseases, and you can actually go blind.
Okay.
So nutrition definitely is vital.
Right.
You need to know your nutritional values, your salmon, your tuna. That's the type of meat you should have because of the omega-3 fatty acids. It helps with eye health.
Okay.
We also advise the green leafy vegetables, zinc, and we also want your vitamin C. We want your carrots. We want your sweet potatoes, stuff like that. Colorful vegetables, also citrus fruits.
Right.
And so water, we know that's a factor for a lot of our Bahamians. As you would have alluded to the past show that you had, moisture with women over a certain age, you need the water to lubricate your eyes especially.
Absolutely. And then how are we affected in the Bahamas? I mean, we've got sunlight all around, right? Well, I mean, it's been rainy recently, but I mean, the sunlight's there. How does that work? Like, should we be wearing sunglasses all the time?
Definitely. Yeah. That is something that should have been mentioned at the top, because being in a subtropical climate, we have exposure to a lot of sunlight, and there can be persons that may be exposed to it more than others. And sunburn is very important as relates to wearing those sunglasses. You have to have the UV ray sunglasses that protects from the sun. And so definitely you want to ensure that persons are aware that the sun rays can affect your eyes and also cause sunburns as well.
All right. So knowing your numbers, eating right, wearing the sunglasses, just being aware, right? Just being aware. So why don't you tell us, Ms. Donaldson, just about blindness prevention? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, and what I want to mention with blindness is that while we're having World Sight initiatives, we also have blind initiatives, and so our blind population, they're some of the strongest advocates of blind prevention, because he who feels it knows it best, right? And so in terms of prevention, they want to get that word out as well. And so you have most of the blindness that is occurring are preventable. So the majority of cases such as like that Ms. Gordon already mentioned, we're trying to get that word out as well. Because if you're blind, automatically you're placed in the disability category. You may be the breadwinner, you may be the single parent in the house, you may be a child and never meet your dreams and goals. And so that is something that we want to also promote in the Bahamas, and I think they're doing a great job. And so the initiatives really run the entire month as well, and of course it already started, but we want to prevent blindness. Some persons only have one eye, so that's their better eye, and they're trying to save that. Some persons have low vision, they're not able to see as well as others, and so they may use a cane and other things like that. And so we want to also promote respecting that cane, the white cane we call it. And so when you see persons out there, they're navigating with that cane. They're able to sense things with that cane. And when you see them, you're supposed to allow them to be able to pass, let them cross the road, things like that, because they do complain that persons throw chairs at them, some persons grab the cane from them, and so it may be difficult. And so as we improve our laws here in the Bahamas, and so we already have some laws here for blindness, but we need to enforce them a bit more. So there are some of the things that we're advocating during blind prevention.
Okay, and then just tell us, what causes blindness? I mean, some people are born blind, but then you've got people that, just over the years become blind. Is it because of not following these particular procedures?
So some of the things that Mrs. Gordon mentioned already, in the Bahamas, glaucoma is the number one, glaucoma, cataract. And there are things that can be prevented, like I said,
So most of them fall into the category of preventable blindness. So we have not most, but many persons in the Bahamas who have a family history of glaucoma. It only takes a conversation or a question with your family members, the older ones. Do you use drops every day in your eyes? Do you have issues with your eyes, so that you will know if you're probably a potential suspect? And so if you go into the clinic, be referred to an eye doctor, they will check your eye pressures. And so if it's near those elevations, they will monitor you closely, and that can prevent it. The drops into your eyes every day, just like you take vitamins, can prevent the blindness. If you have opacity in the eyes, we call it cataract, that too, early detection with that, you can be monitored. Sometimes you can wear glasses. Sometimes you require surgeries and other things to prevent blindness. In other countries, persons go blind because they don't have access. In the Bahamas, well, we have improved access above that, but we're trying to improve. So there are initiatives with the Bahamas government, with Rotary clubs, with BSON, Bahamas Society of Ophthalmic Nurses, that helps to detect some of these things in the population. So what we do is we go out into the community to detect some of those things, because persons may have diabetes and hypertension, and they don't know that they're bleeding in the back of their eyes. And so sometimes when we look at their eyes, we may notice some red flags, and we have to sometimes refer them to the emergency room, refer them to the eye doctor. Some persons need emergency surgeries just from assessing them in the community. Wow. And so that is why it's so powerful with blind prevention.
Yeah, that's, I mean, so powerful. So for people that would want more information, where should we go?
Well, if you want more information about anything related to eye, what I would advise anyone is that you can contact any of our government clinics. Our government clinics always, we let them write referral. If they see something wrong with the eye, our doctors write the referral, and then they refer to eye care center. Those persons can have those type of eye assessments, eye treatments for free. Okay. So I will say contact your nearest eye care, your nearest government clinic. You can also like Bahamas Society of Ophthalmic Nurses Facebook page and look for our initiatives. When we have initiatives going on, as well as the Rotary Club of Nassau, they usually put out when they have their initiatives going on, and we usually work along with them. And so I would advise persons to look at the different pages, like the pages, and see when the initiatives are being done. They're all free. Okay. And we usually deal with children, but we also deal with adults as well, depending on the severity. And if something is wrong, we do refer them not only to our eye care center. If it can't be done here, we do work along with Bascom Palmer to refer them there and try to get assistance from social services.
Okay, and you mentioned the kids, and I want to talk a little bit about the kids, because I mean, the screen, the tablet is something that I feel like we're all hooked onto these days, right? Adults as well as kids. So what advice would you give to parents as it relates to them and their kids being on the screens?
Like I alluded to earlier, the 20-20-20 rule, that is for kids as well, especially when we had the platform during COVID. We found that a lot of our kids were having issues with their eyes because of the high intensity of the lights from the tablets and the telephones. And as it relates to the amount of time they spent, it affected their vision. And so we would like to let the parents know that monitoring these children can save you a few dollars, and it can save your child's vision from going worse. Because a lot of times the kids, it's not that they cannot understand the work, it's just that they cannot see the board. Right. And so just having that simple conversation with them and monitoring them to find out how is their eyes feeling. Are you on the tablet more than half an hour? You know, they're playing these games all night. Right. So you have to monitor them, take them off the tablets at least every 20 minutes. Even on the weekends, monitor them.
Right. And for individuals that are getting a little bit older, I put myself in that category, we're getting a little bit older, and sometimes we're looking at stuff and you have to kind of wink and blink. What do I need to do in a case like that? Do I need to come and see you all?
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do. I need to get my eyes checked. But tell us a little bit about that, though. Like, what happens as you get a little bit older with your eyesight?
Okay, as you get a little bit older, just like the skin, the eye loses elasticity. Okay. It loses its strength. It gets old just like the rest of the body. So what we ask persons to do is, once you notice that happen, go into, like I said, the nearest clinic, or if you have a family optometrist or ophthalmologist, go and see your eye doctor.
set up an appointment, go and see your eye doctor, get your eye screened, and then please wear your glasses. We have a problem with a lot of persons saying, I don't want to wear the glasses, but we want you to understand something. Like past President Donaldson said about the blindness prevention, one of the things we need people to understand is the more you strain that eye, the more the eye pulls away from the actual, what we call the eye center, connected to the brain. I could put it that way to make it a bit simple. Once that pulls away, we call that retinal detachment. Once that happens, you have complete blindness right away. And if you don't get to the hospital within a short period of time, you have permanent blindness. So what we try to do is get people to understand the importance of, as you get older, your eye gets weaker just like any other part of the body.
Right.
But a lot of times people don't emphasize the eye, and that's why we are trying to do things like this, like educate the public a bit more about the importance of checking your eyes, getting it screened, and make sure that you can prevent blindness. We have persons right here who went blind, children as well as adults. And that's why I'm glad past President Donaldson spoke especially about talking about, when you say blindness prevention, making sure that people understand simple things can cause you to go blind.
Yeah, that's
simple
so
things.
powerful, so powerful. Any last words you want to share with the public?
Yes, I would like to say just try to get screened as much as possible. Go and get those done. When you do your physical, include the eye. Don't forget the eye, because in order for you to navigate to the doctor, you need your eyes.
You need your eyes.
Even if you're blind, you need to also have eye care done for those eyeballs. You need to get everything checked as well.
Right. And for those individuals that might be thinking, well, I don't have, that we got to choose, right, in terms of being able to afford it, right? We don't want people choosing, do I pay the light bill, do I pay the water bill, do I pay this, or do I go check my eyes out? So for those individuals that might be struggling, where can they go?
You can go to the eye care center, like we said before, but go to the community clinic. If you see that you have a challenge, there's social services. Reach out to them. Also, on the pages that she mentioned, with Bison or the Rotary, try and see the free initiatives. There are initiatives all over the Bahamas, okay? And so where there's a will, there's a way. Just find out about it, and you'll be able to get access for that.
All right, awesome. Give us those contacts again one last time.
Bahamas Society of Ophthalmic Nurses Facebook page.
Okay.
Like the Facebook page. You can also like Rotary Club of Nassau Facebook page. And you can also contact our community clinic. Whatever clinic is nearest to you, they will give you a referral to go to Eye Care Center, and also, as she said, social services.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for all the work that you all are doing and sharing all this wonderful information with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching Bahamas Sunrise. Be sure to get your eyes checked. We'll be right back.
Hurricane preparedness is important, and it's easy to get stressed and anxious. The Bahamas Psychological Association is here to remind you it's okay to feel that way, and to take a moment for yourself and to do what it takes to put your mind at ease. Play games, cook your favorite meal, exercise. And if it helps, reach out to family and friends. It will make a difference. This is a message brought to you by the Bahamas Psychological Association.
Hey family, step into sophistication at Dash Designer Boutique, number 13 Parliament Street. There you find a wide array of colorful, elegant fashion for ladies. Shop brand name clothing and shoes such as McDougal, Badgley Mishka, Sam Elderman, Jeffrey Campbell, and Jessica Simpson. We've got you covered for the office, date night, red carpet events, and more. Also check out our stunning accessories. That's Dash Designer Boutique, number 13 Parliament Street. Open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
The Euro device is very affordable. It allows you to increase your internet connectivity. You are able to do away with the buffering, say goodbye to the dead spots. It gives them a much more stable connection. Their customers are able to view their digital menus. The establishment is able to stream. It allows for everyone, the customers and the business operators, to have a much more robust and stable internet connectivity.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. I hope that you are having a happy Friday, because that's what we're having here on today's show. I'm Gabrielle Gardner.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tamika Cartwright. Happy Friday. Absolutely. It's been a great first half of the show, eh?
It has.
Yeah.
You know, I was able to have that really important conversation with the ladies who are putting on the Harmony in Change workshop. It's about menopause. So if that's something you're going through or something that you're approaching, that's a great opportunity to get some good information to help you navigate.
Absolutely. And in my segment, we were talking about the eyes. Sometimes you forget, right? You don't even realize how important it is. Eye health is so important. So they were sharing all the wonderful information that people need to know about how to care for their eyes. Very, very important.
All right, you only got one set of eyes.
I know.
You gotta take care of it.
Exactly.
But we have more great stuff coming up in the second half of today's show. We're going to be talking with the National Dance Company of the Bahamas.
That's right. Fun times, right? That should be fun. That should be fun. Awesome stuff. But before all that, let's take another look at weather with Mr. Godfrey Burnside.
This is Weather at Sunrise.
Thank you, Tommy. Good morning, Bahamas. Just a second look at weather, sunrise to tropics, and we're monitoring two systems. One in the tropical central Atlantic, just east of the Windward Islands, has a 30% chance of development over the next 7 days. They have low pressure, non-tropical, to the south of Nova Scotia in Canada, has a 10% chance of development over the next 7 days. Elsewhere, tropical cyclone formation expected during the next 7 days. On the local scene, we do have a weak frontal boundary moving just through the northwest Bahamas, north of New Providence now, should move through later this morning, early afternoon, in the central Bahamas by tonight, and southeastern lines by tomorrow. Have that system, we do have some cloudiness with some spotty showers, and so we expect some clearing on New Providence sometime late this morning. In your marine forecast today, winds northeasterly at 15-20 knots, seas 4-6 feet on northwest Bahamas, 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet on central Bahamas, and northerly at 10 knots or less, seas less than 3 feet over the southeastern islands. We do have a caution posted over the northwest Bahamas. On Saturday, those winds northeast to east at 15-20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet northwest and central Bahamas, 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands. Then on Sunday, those winds continue northeast to east at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the northwest and central Bahamas, easterly at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands. Yeah, tides. You can expect a low tide 11:49 this morning. Next high tide will be at 5:56 this evening. Again low tomorrow morning at 17 minutes past midnight. Sunset 7:39 this evening. Rising more at 7:10. UV index 8. Your water temperature 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And your moon phase last quarter. Your external look. That frontal boundary should move in the southeastern islands by tomorrow. High pressure builds, so some windy conditions through tomorrow, decreasing by Sunday. And all those showers will be moving in the southeastern islands. So for the most part, on the dry side of northwest Bahamas, still have some clouds and showers over the central and southeastern islands within that frontal boundary. Temperature daytime will be in the mid-80s, at nighttime, mid to low 70s. That puts Robbie and Look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Gabrielle.
Thanks, Godfrey. I am delighted to welcome the legendary Robert Bain, Artistic Director of the National Dance Company of the Bahamas, as they are preparing to celebrate 33 years. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
I'm always happy to be here. Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right, so 33 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
33 years is a long time. Yeah, what do you call it? Three decades or something?
Yeah.
Like that? Yeah, it's pretty long time. Yeah. But
how does that feel, I guess, just coming into this experience?
How does it feel? It feels great, actually. 33 years is an accomplishment. and knowing that during the process of the 33 years, I've touched a lot of lives and have poured things into young people's lives. So that's very important. Yeah.
Talk about your role in terms of the early days of the National Dance Company.
Oh, wow. The early days of the National Dance Company. Well, the company started in 1992, and there were lots of dancers. We had lots of dancers. In 2005, and 25, sorry, it's very difficult to find dancers these days. There's a difference. But the company, in terms of what it does, it has grown. And for those persons coming to see our concert next week we have 2 concerts starting on the 24th and 25th at the Dundas. The dancers are different technically, and the way that they actually present themselves on stage. But there has been, we have evolved. The dance have evolved with the dance company. And so we always represent, whenever we travel, Europe, United States, wherever we go, we always like to say that we are representing the people of this country. And so in our concert, we decided that we wanted to give back because of all the assistance and help over the years, the 33 years that we have received. And so we want to give back. So in that case, we decided to do a people's performance. And this is a free performance, actually. And so we've never really done that, you know, because we always need the money. But
of course.
But we thought it was a good time to actually do it. And to make it even a great occasion, the person that actually helped us to initially set up the National Dance Company is coming back to Nassau to be a part of this celebration next week. And that person's name is Cleo Parker Robertson.
Okay, so talk a little bit about, for I guess those who aren't familiar, Cleo Parker and the role that she would have played in terms of.
Well, in 1992, I think it's like the late part of 1991, the governor of the Bahamas, in conjunction with the American Embassy, brought her here to actually establish the National Company of the Bahamas. The company haven't really gone the way it was supposed to be, how it was supposed to actually be a job. People were supposed to have employment from it. It never happened. But she came in and she was able to gather all the teachers, every teacher that in Nassau at the time. She was able to get us together because the company would have required all of us to actually make it happen. And 33 years later, I'm the only one that's there. So yeah, but she has, and today she's been very close with the company. And so for the reason of 33 years, I wanted her to come, and she said she'll be here. And so next week, and while she's here, she'll be conducting workshops, 2 workshops, free, of course, for the public. We just want to heighten the awareness. Yeah.
So in terms of those workshops, what are the skills that are being taught at those particular experiences?
Well, we hope that it will. We hope that we can get lots of dancers there. Ms. Parker is versatile. She has a company. She has a touring company. She is what I consider American dance royalty. And so when she comes in, she will be working. Well, first of all, she is actually familiar with. I don't know if you're familiar with the Dunham technique, Catherine Dunham.
No.
All right. Well, Catherine Dunham was a dancer. She created a style. She was one of those black persons that actually developed her own dance style. And so Ms. Robertson is familiar with that style. So she teaches that. She teaches the African dance. She can teach ballet. She can teach modern. So and she's very eclectic in a teaching. So that she will be bringing here. And the thing is, she's very energetic. So we always talk about bringing energy. Well, she will bring that energy. And we need kind of a rebirth of dance in the country. And so we hope that this will in some way impact that goal, you know?
That is such an important experience in just preserving dance.
Yes.
It's an incredible art form, and it's pivotal to who we are as a people. You mentioned the fact that dance has changed over the years in the Bahamas. How has it changed?
But it has changed, quite honestly. There's some things that have made it happen. One of those things is social media. Recently, there's a guy, Carlos da Costa, who is a Cuban ballet dancer who was, of course, part of the Royal Ballet. And he was talking about social media and dance and how it has also, it's not only affected society, but it's also affected the dancers in terms of their level of thinking, wanting to, they don't want, the thing is, if you, in my day, if you tell a dancer, go outside and practice, we go outside and practice. In this day, they go outside and turn on their devices. And so they're not really focused like that. So he talks about that, but it has changed in terms of public support. We don't have much public support. We don't have much dancers around it anymore. During the days of Miss Bass, Shirley Hall Bass, people might know her name, Alex Zabine, Hubert Farrington, those persons, dance was a thing here. Much so that in 1993, the independence celebration, they had about 200 dancers. Dance was a thing from the 70s, the 80s. Now we are really trying to rebuild it. It has gone that way. So we're trying to lift it up. And so I have a positive outlook on the whole thing, and I believe that is going to happen. It has to happen because it's an important part of our culture, and you said that a minute ago. You know, when people come here, they don't want to see something that they see in the United States. They would love to see something that's from here, that's Bahamian. Yeah.
It's so important. I know that you said, obviously, you have the People's Performance coming up. This is a free experience because it is your way of giving back.
Right.
But of course, I mean, any organization, particularly ones that focus on the arts, they do need funding.
Yes.
How do people support?
Well, we to be honestly, we get from time to time we get small grants and donations from people. The concert, even though it's a free concert, there are certain aspects of it that we're trying to get underwrite. Because we still have to pay the dentist for the use of the space. That's not free. We still have to pay the lighting persons. We still have to pay persons. So, but you know, it's a sacrifice. Like I've sacrificed myself in terms of what I do, and this is another way of doing it. But we have to do it. We have to be in touch with the public. We have to reach out sometime and touch them. We have to encourage them, and I think. I've insisted that we invite the different schools from around the island. So hopefully, you know, that what they will see will inspire them. But we have to sometimes do things for labor, just for the love of it. And I know people wonder about that. Why you don't free concert? How's that work? Are you make? No, it's okay. We're going to do a concert on Saturday, the 25th. Those are paid concert at 2:30 and at 7:30, and we, like I said, from time to time we do have we get donations. We have a good team of persons working with us that's constantly trying to raise money and finding somebody that will, you know, inject a couple of dollars into what we're doing.
And is that workshop at a cost?
That workshop is free. It's at Dance Bahamas School on Nassau Street. That's free. Again, we just want to give back and we want to encourage. We have lots of projects coming up, and this is a way to start it. To start some of our project. For one thing, I could say this, I'll say this on air. Next year, we're hoping to have the Dance Theater of Harlem come to the Bahamas. And what they're going to do, I've asked them, I would like to have an avenue where Bahamians could tap into international things. And so one of the things that I want them to do that they're doing is that bringing them here, and they're going to hold auditions and give Bahamian kids an opportunity to study at Dance Theater of Harlem during this summer.
That is excellent. Just
Yeah.
so many opportunities.
Yes.
Bringing it back to, I guess, the importance of dance. 33 years later, of pouring into the National Dance Company, how are you feeling? What does this journey mean to you as you reflect?
Boy. Sometimes I wake up and I think about it, but I try to keep a positive look on it because some persons ask questions. Are you sorry because of the challenges that I face, they normally ask the question, do I regret coming back to the Bahamas? They do ask me questions like that. It has been a journey, and the journey continues. How do I feel? Sometimes like I say, I try to keep a positive look on the whole thing, because if I did not, I would have given up a long time ago. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like what the work that you're doing is incredibly meaningful by way of preserving one of the most important art forms, which is dance, you know, and encouraging this generation, the next generation, and the generations to come to keep at it. In terms of your dance school, like what are the offerings? Are people still coming? Are people still doing classes at this point?
We do at the school. Dance Bahamas is on Nassau Street. We still have students. And as a matter of fact, our students from the school go into the company. So the school acts as a feeder. It's kind of iffy sometimes from year to year. You know, it's one of those art forms or one of those things like karate and all the other things, gymnastics. If something goes wrong, we're the first to go. You know, but we try to keep the school open. There are persons here who are really making the effort to keep their schools open. Yeah.
As they should. All right. So just remind everyone, when is the People's Performance?
People's Performance is October 24th. The show time is at 7:30. And they need to call my studio or 812-4007, 812-4007. You need to reserve a seat. And once all the invitations are gone, the tickets are gone, that's it.
That's excellent. And then in terms of the workshop, when and
the
where?
workshop is on the Monday, the 27th, and Tuesday, the 28th. And you also have to make a reservation for that as well, because we're only taking a limited amount of students because the space is small. And as a matter of fact, this concert is being held at the Dundas Black Box Theater, so the seats there is like 85 seats.
Very limited.
That's it, right? So you call, get your ticket, and that's it, free ticket. And then on Saturday at 2:30 and 7:30 at the Dundas. And the tickets there is $35 on Saturday. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to an incredible show. Kudos to you and your team on 33 years.
33 years, yeah. It's been a time.
Definitely a milestone worth celebrating for something so important as Dance to the Bahamas. And thank you for the incredible work that you do.
But thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
We know how important collecting your money can be to the success of your business. Start your relationship with Fidelity today so that we can show you the many options available to you with our merchant services. From click and pay options online to merchant terminals and e-commerce options. We're here to help your business succeed. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit any of our branches.
When hurricanes and emergencies strike, timely information can save lives. That's why Alive Business brings you bulk SMS messaging, your essential tool for staying informed and safe. Imagine having critical updates and safety tips delivered right to your phone, anytime and anywhere. With bulk SMS messaging, you can send real-time alerts and updates and timely notifications. When every second counts, count on Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. For more information, contact the experts.
Hurricane preparedness is important, and it's easy to get stressed and anxious. The Bahamas Psychological Association is here to remind you it's okay to feel that way, and to take a moment for yourself and to do what it takes to put your mind at ease. Play games, cook your favorite meal, exercise. And if it helps, reach out to family and friends. It will make a difference. This is a message brought to you by the Bahamas Psychological Association.
it has been a great show today on Bahamas at Sunrise. So many exciting conversations about what's happening in our community and things that you could do. Definitely want to attend the People's Performance, which is coming up.
That's right. It's going to be a great, great weekend, right? I think busy, busy weekend for everybody. So we'll see you back on Monday. Have a great week, everyone.